Do you feel like you're getting more direction on your projects? Is it starting to make more sense? Really, really, even if you just skim the reading, try to do the reading. I'm telling you, it will make a big difference. Try to do it early on Sunday when you feel fresh, and then go out and play after that. Do it early so that it goes in your brain. You can think about it during the day. All right, so now I want to put a gradient in the ohm. So I'm going to select all the ohm pieces. And I'm going to head down here to the bottom of the tools palette and use the basic black and white ohm by just clicking on it. That puts it into the shape. And I want the whole shape to be gradiating together, not as individual elements, which is why I have it selected together. I could put a separate gradient in each one of these pieces, but that's not really what I'm going for. So this is the gradient direction tool, and this works by clicking and dragging. So it's putting the lightest color, which is the color on the left, on the top, and the darkest color, which is the color on the right, on the bottom. And I need the gradient panel, so that's the gradient panel here. Okay, it's open. And if I begin by just leaving this gradient selected and double clicking, I can begin to change the colors on the fly right in the design work as I go. Darker. And no, I don't want that at all. That's horrible. I don't want it. It's just bad, bad, bad. Okay, so I want this to be this blue. Oh, now it's all blue. Duh. And good, that'll work. How about that? How about that? That's better. Okay, so I'm good with that. That's that part. Gradient done there. Now, as far as all these other pieces, it might be wise for me to lock these pieces of the ohm, and then I can click and drag, or basically click and scroll down, hold the shift key and click again, and I've got nothing happening that I want. I'm gonna actually try it this way. Yeah, it is not letting me select those as one piece, which is time consuming and awful. Okay, so I have to unselect something here. I've got wildness going on. I'm going to start selecting these pieces, which is boring. So because I want to actually lock one more piece, this circle, boom, now I can zoom out and use the regular selection tool to make a marquee or a box around everything. The circle is this piece here. It looks like I have two circles, so I'm going to lock that one. Now no circles should be selected. Better. It might be wise for me to group this whole thing. Yeah, why not? It's not that I'm expecting to move any of those pieces, so this is group, and then if I needed to move it, it would all move together. And then again, here I'll start with the gradient tool, but these are the wrong colors. I want to use sun colors, and I want to do a radial gradient, which will gradiate from the center. It's a little too wild, even for me. All right, and I'm going to make this yellow, frightening, and this red. But the way this is flowing is just, it's like the attack gradient. It's too much happening. So I'm going to go back to the gradient direction tool and click on the middle and drag to one of the outside edges, and that's, I know that's not as dynamic, but I like it better personally. If I wanted it to go the other way, I can click on this button. It will flip the gradient. If you want to just change the color, let's say the center color, that was not a good choice, but that looks like it should be better, but it's not that much better. I don't know. I'm not happy with these colors. This yellow, let's make sure this yellow is really the lemony yellow. That's this one. And something's up. These colors look really bland here. Well, I'm just going to deselect and see what's going on. No, it's okay. Looks pretty good. All right, now, again, if I look at the layers panel again, right, this is now a group, and I can just select the whole group by clicking this one circle. That selects all those pieces. And finally, If I go back to the gradient panel, which I inadvertently closed, again, this is how I can flip the gradient the other way. I'm kind of now being more partial to that. If I slide this yellow slider over, I'll get more of the yellow towards the ring where I want it. And again, here I can double click and change this to a more red. The deselect, just click away, and I think the last thing needs to be just adjusting the color of the lines. So that would be unlocking these two and locking this one. So here is the one line, it's gray, and I'm going to make it light blue. Okay. And then the other line, I will lock this one, select this one, and I'm going to make this one, I don't know, yellow. See what that does. Yeah, it's invisible. Okay. And now if you want to get really cheeky and gaudy with it, you can do that. It can actually come out not so gaudy. So here's the ohm pieces. I should probably group them. Object group. And then there's this effect thing here, effect, and I want to do an effect of drop shadow. And it's under stylize, thank you, and drop shadow and preview. And I'm going to knock down the opacity. Clicking in this field and using the down arrow will move this 1% at a time. The shift key is 10% at a time. So I'm knocking back the shadow 10% with a shift and down arrow till it is 40%, and click OK and click away. And that is it for tonight on the demo front. I hope that was helpful.